So Tron, it's this whole thing, right? This platform that's aiming to like totally shake up digital entertainment. And, you know, we're here to do a deep dive into exactly what that means. You sent over their white paper, oh, lots to dig into here.
Yeah, no doubt. It's ambitious. They're trying to decentralize a huge market. Think about it. Gaming, social media, even online gambling, all of it. The potential impact is massive.
Multi-trillion-dollar industry, massive from what I'm seeing. But okay, before we go full digital utopia, like winning Tron from virtual poker, how does this thing even
I
work?
had to understand the tech first, right? So the white paper lays out this three-tiered framework, like building a house, kind of.
Ooh, okay. 3 tiers, a digital mansion. I like it. Lay it on me.
So at the very bottom, you have the distributed storage system. This is where everything lives, the content, the games, all the data stored securely, and importantly, not in one place.
Decentralized.
Yes,
Okay, so not on like one company's servers, but kind of spread out all over. Then what?
exactly. Up we go to the second tier, the blockchain platform. This is the framework, the operating system of our digital house. This is where the interesting stuff happens. We're talking smart contracts, the consensus mechanism, and Tron's own way of doing the UTXO model.
UTXO. That sounds kind of like a complicated coffee order.
It's simpler than it sounds. Basically, picture this digital ledger that's keeping track of every single transaction of TRX, their cryptocurrency. So it's all transparent. You can always see where each coin came from and where it's going.
Okay, a super secure way to track everything on the network. Got it. But, like, what does this actually mean for me, the person using Tron?
And that, my friend, brings us to the top tier, the part everyone actually experiences, the social media platform. This is the finished house. All the familiar features you'd expect, posting, sharing, connecting, but built on top of this decentralized foundation.
So, like the social media we know, but with the blockchain twist and more control for the users.
Precisely. It's about reimagining how these experiences can be better for everyone involved.
Not just a coin, but an entire ecosystem. They're going big. But how does it actually play out in the real world? Like, if I want to make friends on Tron or play a game, what's happening in the background?
Ah, now that's where the really cool stuff comes in. We're talking DHT networks, swarm groups, the works.
DHT network. Okay, gotta break that one down for me.
All right, so DHT stands for Distributed Hash Table, but think of it as Tron's system for storing and retrieving info across the whole network, all decentralized, of course.
Hmm. So instead of relying on, like, a big central server, it's more spread out. Does that make it faster?
That's the whole idea. The
Yeah.
key here is direct communication between users. Like you're sending a message right to someone's phone, not routing it through some central hub.
Ooh, now I'm seeing the potential here. But what about big stuff? Videos, game downloads, that kind of thing. That's gotta be slow, right?
Not necessarily. That's where swarm groups come into play. Have you ever used BitTorrent?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So picture that same speed and efficiency, but for everything inside the Tron ecosystem. Downloads, updates, you name it, that's the goal of swarm groups.
Okay, so we're talking really fast. But with everything so decentralized, how do we know people are playing fair? What's stopping someone from messing with the system for their own gain?
That's the big question, right? Trust and security in this whole decentralized world. Tron uses these two mechanisms, POREP and POST. They're like the referees, making sure everything's legit.
Okay, hit me. POREP,
Mm-hmm.
post. What are we talking here?
So POREP is proof of replication. Imagine a really important file. POREP makes sure there are multiple copies of it stored in different places,
Yeah.
like backups in a vault, right? Even if one goes down, the network still got a good copy.
Makes sense. Safety in numbers, kind of.
Yeah.
And post, what's that about?
Proof of space-time. This one proves that the data has been stored properly over time. Think of it like a time-stamped receipt. Shows that someone's been holding onto your data safely. Prevents cheating, basically.
Double checking, keeping things honest.
Yeah.
Super important for gaming, especially, right? Got to make sure it's all above board.
Absolutely. Crucial for a decentralized system that people can actually trust. But taking a step back, remember, this is all to support that top-tier social media platform we were talking about.
Right. The actual user experience.
Yeah.
So how do these techie things actually make a difference for, like, everyday Tron users?
Picture this. You're a gamer. Tron lets you download stuff crazy fast with those swarm groups, connect with other players directly, no lag, thanks to that DHT network. And POREP, Post, they're there in the background making sure the games are fair and your progress is safe.
So faster, smoother, more secure. Okay, I'm starting to buy into this vision. But the white paper talks about, like, this big picture, changing the whole entertainment landscape. What does that even look like?
It's about breaking down all these walls that exist online right now.
Walls.
Think about it. Right now, every new game, every platform, you need a new account, right?
Ugh, the worst. So annoying.
Right. Tron says, what if you had one ID for everything? Your data, your whatever digital money you got, it all just moves with you seamlessly.
A passport to the entire internet of fun? I
Yeah.
dig it. But what about the people making the games, the creators? How does this affect them?
It's about putting the power back in their hands. Imagine, you made a game, you can distribute it directly to players, no middleman, no fees taking a cut.
Wow, that would be huge. Cut out the corporate overlords, right?
Exactly. And since we're on a blockchain here, there's this built-in system for creators to, actually make money from their work in new ways.
The token economy. We got to talk about that. The white paper mentions it. But for someone who's new to this whole crypto thing, what does that actually mean for them on Tron?
Imagine getting rewarded just for doing what you already do online.
Yeah.
Playing, watching, interacting. You earn TRX, Tron's cryptocurrency. Then you can spend it on other stuff within their system.
So it's like, instead of just being the product, you're actually part of the system, benefiting from it.
Exactly. A more balanced relationship between users, creators, everyone.
Okay, so this vision of like a better, more fair internet of entertainment sounds awesome, but can they pull it off? I mean, there are some massive companies out there. Can Tron really compete?
It's a David and Goliath situation for sure. The white paper is honest about the challenges. Getting people to use it, dealing with regulations, facing down the big players. It's not going to be easy. But Tron does have a few things going for it.
So Tron's stepping into the ring, huh? Taking on the heavyweights. What do they have going for them in this fight for the future of, like, fun on the internet?
Well, for starters, they were there early. One of the first to really lay out this vision, this decentralized entertainment thing. And they've built up a solid community around it. People are into it.
Ahead of the game and got the fans on their side? Nice. What else?
They've walked the walk, too, It's not just talk. The white paper mentions this TW app and the Paywo app. They're already using Tron's tech. Real-world stuff.
Oh, so it's actually out there. In the wild. That's got to count for something.
Definitely. Shows they're legit, the tech is growing up. But of course, it's not a sure thing. Getting enough people on board, users and developers both, that's huge. That's how you build a real ecosystem, right?
Makes sense. A party with nobody there is just kind of sad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole government thing, regulations. That's a whole other beast constantly changing.
Yeah, the Wild West of crypto, right? So much uncertainty. So it all comes down to Tron getting people to actually use it and navigating that whole legal maze. But for the average person tuning in, what's the big takeaway here? Why should they care about Tron?
That's the million-dollar question, right? I think at its core, it's about control. Ownership. You're not just along for the ride with your digital entertainment anymore.
More like an active participant, shaping the experience.
Exactly. Whether Tron can actually pull it off, become this revolution they're talking about, well, that's a story that's still being written. But the tech is exciting, the vision is big, and the potential impact, it's huge.
I'm definitely keeping Tron on my radar.
Yeah.
And listeners, if you want to go deeper down this rabbit hole, definitely check out their white paper. Lots of fascinating stuff in there. As always, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.